Alright, so like I stated in my last speech, the mismanagement of recycled plastic products and just people's lack of knowledge on how to recycle and what can and can't be recycled has led into what the plastic pollution crisis that we're currently in and that we're facing, right? So in recent years, people have started cutting down on plastic consumption after realizing the effects that plastic has not only on the environment, the oceans, but overall just on us. And now just think of how many people don't recycle or utilize recycling programs at all. Specifically on the other side of the world, where recycling isn't an option, where just landfills aren't effectively managed like how they are in the USA. So just think of how much plastic makes its way into the ocean. A lot of that has to do with what is known as single-use plastics. Many plastic products are single-use, which means that it's designed to be used and thrown out after it's single-use, right? Like water bottles, takeout containers, grocery bags, coffee cups, plastic cutlery, and just everyday items. Every year, hundreds of millions of tons of trash end up in landfills in every city, every state, and all around the world. This huge dump expands each day more and more as trash continues to pile on and take up space. As plastics sit there being compressed over time, just by all this other trash and junk, it's just accumulating, and rainwater comes in. This rainwater flows through the waste, absorbing some of the water-soluble compounds that these plastics contain, known as microplastics, which I had mentioned in the last speech. The runoff makes its way into the groundwater and streams and eventually into our oceans. Not only does that happen with these microplastics, but just trash and plastic in general just break away from the trash pile and trickles its way into rivers and streams, such as so. So you've probably seen the videos of these impacted oceans and wildlife firsthand, and it's hard to identify how much plastic is actually in our oceans due to the microplastics that are floating around and that have made their way to the bottom of the ocean. But according to oceanconservancy.org, 8 million metric tons of plastic end up in the ocean each year. And on top of that, it's estimated that 150 million metric tons currently circulate our marine environment. So, like I said, just single-use plastics have been in the spotlight recently over the past couple years, and in 2015, a video from YouTube went viral when researchers found a turtle with a straw stuck in its nose. This may have led to the ban on plastic straws, and according to EarthEasy.com, in America alone, 500 million straws are used daily. They're one of the 10 most commonly found items in beach cleanups, and they litter the environment and clog up landfills. Since then, many large corporations have come up with policies on ditching plastic straws. 8 of them are Starbucks, Hyatt, Hilton, Marriott, UK, American Airlines, Alaska Airlines, SeaWorld, and Royal Caribbean, the cruise liner. An article published last year on Fortune.com shows these eight companies that are ditching the plastic straws. And in addition to these companies, other socially conscious restaurants and places of businesses, including a number of cities, have also stated that they would ban plastic straws and fine facilities that don't comply with these standards. A couple cities include Miami Beach, Seattle, Oakland, and Berkeley, just to name a few. Another policy that has been set in place across the world is a ban or a tax on the single-use plastic item, the grocery bag. Recently, people have been ditching plastic bags around the world, and according to an article published this year on nationalgeographic.com, as of last July, the UN, the United Nations, counted 127 nations that have banned or taxed plastic bags, and bag regulations have proliferated so quickly, especially at the local level, that it's actually a foot in the right direction. But cutting back on grocery bags can help put a small dent in the harmful impacts that they cause on the ocean, rivers, lakes, forests, and animals that inhabit them. Some states are focusing on implementing effective recycling programs, and other states are imposing bans or fees to discourage the use of these plastic bags. These are just a few to name a few. As you can see, Boulder is up on there, which is a pretty eco-friendly city. And here's a list of cities from baglaws.com that are here in Colorado that currently have legislations on either bans or taxing of the plastic bags. Plastic bags are in the top 5 items found in river cleanups, and the harm to the wildlife that they cause is well documented, such as the plastic straw video the plastic bag video that you also see with sea turtles. They ingest them and end up suffocating or dying because of starvation. So in conclusion, it's too soon to tell if these newfound policies that have been set in place to tackle the plastic pollution crisis that we're currently facing are actually working. But these newly implemented plastic straw bans and plastic bag taxes and fees are just a small step forward in the right direction of fighting the crisis. But many businesses seem to be embracing the alternatives to reduce waste and plastic pollution. Even if this helps put a small fraction of a percentage into the problem, it's still tackling one small piece and the best way to create measurable change. And that's it.